Okay, 1, 2, go.
Hi, this is Frances Elizabeth Betty Pollick, and I have been instructed to talk, not instructed, suggested that I might want to talk about my mental condition at this time, because I am old and ancient, and people might expect me to be slightly titillated. I don't know. Anyhow, I feel that I am in perfect possession of all my abilities. I do have problems getting the correct words sometimes, but that is only because I'm always trying to get the correct word. I also I just want people to know that I am that I have all my physical and mental capacity.
So what did you do today? What did you do today?
Well, first, of course, I have to read the paper.
Yes.
Well, I read the paper and have my breakfast at the same time. And I had my breakfast and my paper, and I took a little nap after I'd read the paper, because I always seem to get sleepy about that time. That's my big problem. I do fall asleep a lot. But, and then I had my lunch, and somewhere along the line I changed my clothes from night clothes to street clothes. And let's see what else I did.
Did you work on your jumble today?
Oh, of course. I always work on the jumble. Sometimes I get it right away. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days. Well, not a couple of days. I just give up after a while on the day that it comes out. And then in the next couple of days or so, well, not the next couple, and in that day later on, and also if I smell bad the next day, and I usually get it before I read the paper the next day.
Good. What kind of TV do you like? What kind of television do you like to watch?
Oh, I like to watch the game shows. I watch Would You Like to Be a Millionaire, and I watch Deal or No Deal. That's not much a challenge, but it's fun. But I do like the ones about Would You Like to Be a Millionaire, because they have very interesting questions, and I always trying to be sure that I know all the answers, which of course I don't know all the answers, but the ones I don't know, I learned something, so I remember that.
Good. Well, you sure look nice today.
I got a haircut, that's why.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, you turned it off, did you?
I'm trying to. I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, well.
I don't know how to put it on pause. Huh.
I'm back.
I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. Well, maybe if I read the directions, I'd be okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that was very good, Mom.
Huh?
That was very good.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about? Morro Bay and Rick and Randy and Sarah, and just anything in general.
Well, of course, I really miss not seeing Rick and Randy and Sarah very often, but it's a long trip over, and it's a hard trip for only a couple of days. So I can certainly understand why they can't come over, but I certainly miss them. And I am so happy that my daughter Linda was able to come down and stay with me, and because I sure need somebody to, because I don't walk around very good, so I need somebody to run errands for me and everything, and take care of me. And she's done a wonderful job.
Thank you, Mom.
I do everything, anything I need her to do, she does it for me. And I'm certainly proud of my daughters. I have a really wonderful daughter who's a nurse practitioner, and that's a very responsible job with working with a doctor. However, she had been working as a school nurse, and she enjoys working with the children so much that she decided to stay on as a school nurse. But she has been trained to be a nurse practitioner in case she wants to have a different job. And then, of course, she is had been a business owner at one time, she and her husband, and she knows how to, she knows all the ins and outs of running a business, so she certainly has accomplished a lot too. I really am proud of my daughters.
What about your
and my granddaughter.
What about your granddaughter?
My granddaughter does real well in school, and she's won't be long. She'll be into college. I can't believe it. She's in high school now, and she's just getting fat. She's just growing too fast. That's all there is to it.
Isn't she a sweetie though?
Huh?
Isn't she a sweet lady? Sweet little girl. Sarah is so sweet.
Oh, she is. She's a sweet little girl, and she's just so helpful. She helps around the house, and she helps Linda so much over here when she comes over here. And she's really really a doll, really a wonderful girl. What is your problem?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to pause it. So I'm looking at the camera trying to figure it out.
Well, maybe you're ruining the picture with that light.
I could be. I won't do it anymore. I won't do it anymore.
I ruined the picture by being in it. You really want to know.
That's true.
I wanted to see these pictures, and Linda wanted me to remind you. These are primarily my pictures, which are, well, I don't know. She has this one. I don't know whether you can see them or not. What do you think?
Turn them up and let me see. Okay. Then I'll move the camera here. Oh, good, Mom. Very good.
This top one here shows a flood from. This is our house in Fresno, where I grew up, and we were about 3 or 4 blocks from an irrigation ditch, but when we had a really bad wet winter, it was quite often overflow, and we would have about 3 or 4 inches of water on our yard for a while. This is the well, there's another picture of our house that was flooded. And here's our car we had, and it's parked in front of the neighbor's house. And then here's Harry.
Oh, tell me about the car. What kind of car was it?
A case.
Oh.
I'm sure you never heard of a case before.
And what color was it?
It was yellow. Everybody else had black cars. For me, I had to go to school when they did drive me to school, I had to go to school in a yellow car. Of course, everybody was making fun of that yellow car. It wasn't black.
Do you know where this might have been taken? That's a picture of me, right?
Yeah, that's a picture of you. I don't remember.
Kind of looks like San Francisco, but I'm just a little baby. I just don't know where that. Roding Park, maybe? You think it might be Roding Park?
Oh, no. It doesn't look familiar to me.
Okay.
It's a long time ago. How many years?
How many years?
40 years ago.
40 years ago, huh?
Yeah. Don't you think so?
Maybe a few more.
Oh, maybe a few more years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. Time is slipping away.
Uh-oh.
Who is
Well,
that?
I saw my daughter Linda as a baby. Now you see me as a baby.
Yes, there you are. And there you, is this the picture you've been what? Is this the haircut you didn't like?
Huh?
Is this the haircut you did not like?
No.
Oh, good.
That's okay. I got my hair cut there.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You have a haircut. You have a picture with your hair in your eyes that we gotta find.
Right. Oh, that's a terrible picture. Well, here's a picture of me at the San Francisco World's Fair.
World's Fair. Wow.
And that there, someplace looks like it must be Roding. No, it's not Roding Park. It's the house next door to in back of our house, a little red house in back of ours. And there had she had a weeping willow tree in her yard. And this is probably on our side of the fence, but the side of on the divider. And I can't make sure. And of course, there's Harry around. Looks like they're behind the same tree. And there's Harry and Daddy, and then Dad has a big picture. They put a picture of him in front of him like that.
Yep.
And Frances E. Ward Pollick, that's me.
That's you.
Frances Elizabeth, but I always stick in the name Betty, because everybody calls me Betty. Frances Elizabeth Betty Ward Pollick. And there's well, who is Jack C. Ward? I never heard of any Jack C. Ward.
Jack Chaplain Ward. That's your dad. This is a family tree.
Okay.
This
There's
is
nobody
you.
there. No, okay.
Yeah, there's
That
no
was my
picture
name.
there.
But I just went in I thought you were trying to identify pictures. But this is, now we're into genealogy.
You were into genealogy. You know me in genealogy. I gotta make a tree.
So there is Jack C. Ward, and my stepfather was Victor Raymond Smith.
Yep.
And Ivan Lasina Crawford Ward Smith. That was my mother.
Yep.
And of course, it's just a basic genealogy.
Basic genealogy.
Well, didn't you want to talk about my picture that I like so well? There I am at 3, I guess. Yeah, it looks like 3 years old. I had a picture from they took a picture of me at a studio of all places.
Oh.
And here's my mother holding me when I was a baby.
Now about the studio.
I don't know, didn't mark it, did they? Didn't.
About that studio, is that our chair or is that the studio chair? Do you remember oh, we had a rocker, didn't we?
Yes, mine was a rocker.
And you gave that rocker to me when I was a little girl. I used that rocker too.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it wore out.
I think 2 generations it probably wore out.
It wore out. Okay.
Whoa.
Now we have a picture. Well, this is the one I didn't like too, but it isn't the one on my hair in my eyes. Well, this is one of our campgrounds.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's one of the campgrounds. I don't remember where. If I could see how big I was, I could remember probably. Mama looks the same no matter what. And that's my mama. And we went to go camping a lot. Of course, when I was young, they didn't have motels. You had to take a travel if you wanted to travel without staying in hotels. you had to take a tent along and camp. And we enjoyed the camping better than staying in hotels anyway, so we used it to, we stayed in hotels occasionally, but most of the time we took a camper along. And there was
It says, snow on mine office at the mine where Ivan, Jack Ward, and Francis were as a child.
well, how do you know that? It says on the back?
I hope so. Do you disagree? I think it might
I
be.
can't disagree because
You were a little baby.
I was 3 or 4 years old, no, about 3 years old when I lost my father. And there's my mother when she was a girl,
Wow.
young woman. And here's my picture.
Oh, I remember that.
Here's
You
the
don't-
picture of my
yeah.
buddies. And here we had our day of fancy buddies, decorating our buddies at school. So that's my buddy. But look at this one over here is a lot fancier than my buddy. But anyhow, we took our dolls to school one day, and this was Webster School, and I guess I was about the fourth or fifth grade, maybe sixth, when this was. Oh, I guess it was for the best dressed doll too, but I didn't win the prize, I'm sure.
Probably not.
It's raining.
Is it raining? A little bit.
Maybe we can get that Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, let me turn this off, okay?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what kind of illness he had when he was in the service. I think but I know that he was ill when it first came to the home in the ranch.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to need you to back up a little bit. I'm going to.
Well, that's good because I'm wound up here, and I talk too much.
Well, I need you to repeat it. I didn't have the button pushed correctly.
Huh?
We had a technical malfunction on the camera.
Oh, technical malfunction.
On the camera, yes.
That's
Okay, so you were talking about your grandfather's father who fought in the Civil War, and he got sick, but he came home.
Right. I don't remember why he was sick. But it wasn't a wound. It was, I think it was dysentery, but I didn't want to say it. But he came home. He was my grandfather's father. Grandfather Crawford's father. And so they came, because everything was destroyed there at their ranch, and some of my grandfather's uncles had gone to California.
Oh, Mom, talk about the.
Plus his grandmother Crawford had also gone to California.
Mom, talk about the bushwhackers.
Oh, well, that part.
Yeah,
I
we
thought I
missed.
had that part.
We missed it.
Well, he was suffering. He was sick, and came back home to the farm to recover, and
So
I think
his-
he had dysentery.
his
Anyhow, they were stationed he was stationed in Stockton, Missouri, which was very close to their home, so that he went home to recover, and while he was home, the bushwhackers showed up, and they just managed to get away into the woods, and because Grandpa's father was so ill, it was difficult to keep him warm and comfortable out in the woods. And the bushwhackers burned their house down and took all their proper cows and horses and stuff like that. And then after the bushwhackers left, I don't know how that happened. Grandma got some help. Grandpa's mother got some help to get I guess he stayed with some relative or something, but they came and got them and rescued them. And but it was him being out in the woods overnight, and I don't know how long. My grandfather's father got so sick that he died from exposure, I gather. That's the way I was told, that he died from exposure.
Yep.
Somebody else seemed to think that he died from the bushwhackers killed him, but they didn't. Or my grandpa would have told me. My grandpa lived through it.
Mm-hmm.
He was the oldest son, and so he was able to help get his mother in. His grandmother was with him too.
Yes.
Because I forgot about that. Grandmother wasn't in California already, but she had sons that were in California, so they wanted her to, her and Grandpa's family, to come out to California and be with them. So they went to Kansas City because although they lived near Stockton, Missouri, they went to Kansas City to join a wagon train going to California, and they were able to join the largest wagon train that was leaving Kansas City at that time, and a little farther out they joined another large train, so they really had an extra large train, thank goodness, because crossing the plains quite often the wagon trains were attacked by the Indians, and one day they were able to see a bunch of Indians up a ridge and on horseback horses they stole probably from the people, from Europeans. But anyhow, they were on horseback and watching the wagon train. But the wagon train was very large, and so they figured that was why they didn't attack them. So they were able to go on and without any more problems till they came to California.
Okay, so your Crawfords were sympathizers for the North and fought for the North, and the bushwhackers were from the South that burnt their house down.
Right, it was my grandfather's family.
Yes, now your grandmother's family was from the South.
Yes, and later on, my grandmother, when the train, the regular train was built to California, my grandmother and her family, her father and Uncle Jeff, I don't remember how many of them were with her, but my grandmother and her father and some brothers and sisters, younger brothers and sisters, came across the plains in a regular train, a choo-choo train, and it wasn't the first time crossing of the plains in the train, but the train was very new when they crossed. It wasn't very old, hadn't been built very long when they came across
So,
to California.
did your Southern family have any slaves?
Oh yes. Oh mammy. We had many. Sure. Well, anyhow, when my southern family was the Mayhans, and when is it Elizabeth Mayhan married?
Cynthia, Arbelia, Angelina.
Oh yeah, I can't
Jefferson.
remember them now. Darn it, the
Mayhan.
names, all the names they had. Yeah. Well, anyhow,
Cynthia.
yeah, she. I got her picture on my wall. But my grandmother's family were from the South. However, I don't know if they had any fighting for the war because they lived in Missouri. But anyhow, they were from the South. But anyhow, they had slaves which were freed at the time that they after the Civil War, you know, when they freed all the slaves. And but before that, when my grandfather young married the Mayhan, Cynthia Arbelia and Jefferson Mayhan, that was her name. Anyhow, when they got married, one of the things that she brought with her were 3 slaves. One was her mammy, which really she loved so much it was almost like a mother to her. And one was her mammy, and her mammy's daughter, and her mammy's daughter's husband, and their children, mammy's children. And so when the slaves were freed, because of the fact that they had slaves just didn't trust the government. They all of them except Mammy and her husband and her family left them and went into the northern part because they were free. Went to the northern part of the states before the Civil War was over with. So, but Mammy, of course, she was freed too, but she couldn't leave her grandma's mother, who she had really raised. So,
So
and she had her husband and her not her husband, her daughter. Her husband was dead. Her daughter and her husband were with them, and they had a very precocious boy.
yes.
He was the darling of Mammy's heart, and he was so sharp. And she used to tell all kinds of stories about Grandma. About my grandma used to tell me so many stories about Nanny and I guess you call her Nanny and this boy. And my grandma used to be really good at mimicking how her mammy talked. My grandmother. So some of the, do you want me to say just
Yes,
a couple,
I want you to say it.
She used to tell me a lot of things about her mammy. Mammy was so cute and so funny. So one time, one of the things that she remembered was Mammy would come out when the kid when Mammy would come out when Grandma was and her family were playing with some little kids from next door, and she'd come out and she'd say, "Chillins, don't play with that white trash. You'll get lice in your hair." That was one of the things that my grandma used to say about Mammy. And then, there was a lot of, she just loved Mammy so much. And Mammy was so funny. And then one time, Mammy has a grandson that she really adored. And one time Mammy, he came into the room where Grammy was and left the door open. And she was a little cold. And so she said, "Shut the door, Sam. It's cold." And Sam was always just like Mammy, but all kind of fun. He said, "Why, ma'am, the door ain't cold." "You nigger child," she said, "I know that door ain't cold. It's me that's cold. That's who's cold." Anyhow, my grandma used to love us to tell. Those are the only two I remember.
What about Chicky Dave Pool? What about the chicken named Dave Pool? Remember when the Northerners were coming around and they were looking for Dave Pool, who was Southern.
That was my Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff said that.
Was just a little kid then, and I don't remember all these little things Grandma used to tell me about the early times, but she said. But one time, she told me about my Uncle Jeff, who was her youngest brother. When he was about 4 years old, the soldiers around there, they were, of course, the northern soldiers, would come around and check on the southerners every once in a while. And so one time they came in looking for Dave Pool, who was a bushwhacker, a southern bushwhacker. So they came around asking about Dave Pool, and so Uncle Jeff was there, and they wanted to know where Dave Pool was, and he had, unfortunately, had named one of his pet chicken Dave Pool. So consequently, when the northerner asked her where Dave Pool was, he popped up. "I know where Dave Pool is." And he says, "Oh, well, show me." "Okay." And so he turned around and started, "Chicky Dave Pool, Chicky Dave Pool," because he had named his pet chicken Dave Pool. So the northern officer got real upset with him. Thought the little kid like that was trying to play a joke on him. But he wasn't. He was just innocent. Nobody bothered about to. Yeah, took my glasses off. Why? Oh, I can read better with my glasses off. That's why. Well, some places there's a picture there, but one time.
Yes. I
Polly
gotta get the
Pollick
pictures back.
and me. And Linda Pollick was sitting at the end there. Linda Pollick.
Yep. Now, this is the picture I've been looking for. This is a picture of our house on Lewis and Clark.
Yes. There we are.
Oh,
Grandpa Smith had got his well money and stuck with our house, and these are. He wanted to have a picture taken of it by a professional photographer, so he hired him a picture. He got all these people showing up. Now, who were all these people?
well, I've got them listed. This is Norman Smith, George's son, and Norman's wife, his sister.
No, those are yeah, that's his sisters. That's right. They're George's daughters.
and Victor and Annabelle.
And of course, they were my daddy's oldest, my stepfather's oldest son and his wife.
I'm sure glad I found this picture because I'm going to send it to Lloyd and to Iva Ray. And so here's Victor Raymond Smith right there.
Right?
And then it says Anson Burlingame Smith. That's
Right
his
there.
father. And the great-grandchildren. I don't even know who the great-grandchildren are.
Well, I didn't have any grandchildren then.
No.
I didn't have any supplying with any. I don't have any. I'm in there someplace, wasn't I?
Doesn't look
Here's
like.
my mother.
Yeah.
And that
And that's Alice.
Alice.
Daughter of George.
Uh-huh. I
And-
told.
and
I
here's
knew
Uncle
that one
George.
time she
Here's
came.
Uncle George.
Yeah, I knew one time she could. These were on the back of the picture, I bet.
I bet you they were. But I don't, you must be one of these kids here. You think? No? You were older.
I was older, yeah. And that's Buster's coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to blow that up.
Uh-huh. You could, couldn't you?
I could.
I don't know. Great grandchildren there. Alice Smith and George. That's about the only time Alice ever came down. I wasn't very young, old, because I didn't remember them good, but I was, oh, there's another picture.
There's another great picture.
But I was about the same age as a little younger than Alice. Alice was older than the one I went. I went around, well, oh, nuts.
Okay. Now here is the picture again. And you wrote this. This is Annabelle and Victor, little Vic, and Lorraine Smith, Daddy Smith, Granddaddy Smith, Buster, Grandpa Crawford, Uncle George, Mary Brown Randolph, and Uncle Clyde.
Huh. Well, I need a magnifying glass.
Yeah, it's just impossible to see them. And then, do you want to take a break, Mom?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be better.
Yeah. You did a good job. Did you want to say anything to your audience? Mom,
Huh?
did you want to say anything to your audience? Did you want to say anything to the camera?
A baby picture of Grandma.
Did you Did you want to say anything to the camera?
I've been saying things to the camera all the time. I've been even waving to the camera all the time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I can't remember who these kids were.
I think that we are filming. Yes, we are filming. Okay, Mom, look at the pretty flowers.
Oh, good. Yes, yes. Aren't they beautiful tulips? Unusual tulips. I never saw a tulip like that before. And then that pink is just perfect. I always thought of tulips as being red, but evidently they can be other colors too.
Good. Okay, we are going.
We are what?
We are moving. We are recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to move the flowers so you don't have to.
So I won't knock them over.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about them.
I'm so clumsy.
Okay, so today is Tuesday. It is March 2nd.
Yes.
And we are continuing on looking at pictures. And we are continuing to look at pictures.
Oh, okay.
So here we have a picture of Mary Frances Crawford in the dark dress, Iva, Leslie, and Clara. And this is a camping picture, one of their big campouts.
Well, then I don't camp out for pleasure or anything, but at those days, people would go from one ranch to the other to pick crops, and they always had to set up a big camp like that for all the people that had come to pick crops. At this camp, I think, is the one they were picking hops or beer.
Now your grandmother, Mary Frances, is in that picture, so do you think that it is her ranch?
Could be.
Did she raise
There's
hops?
Mama right there. There's Mama.
Yeah, and there's Grandma.
There's Grandma.
Do you think that they picked all these crops for her? Did she grow hops?
Yes, she grew hops.
Oh my, that I didn't know.
But she grew a lot of other things. That was in Oregon, of course, or was it California? No, it was Northern California. I'm sorry.
Do you know whereabouts? Ukiah?
Around Ukiah.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was Grandma picking them, because she didn't pick them. Just taking a picture to get everybody in the picture.
She probably was cooking, don't you think?
Yeah, right. She's probably cooking for them.
She's probably cooking. And Clara's alive. That's the nice part. Clara and Leslie are alive. Clara's alive.
Clara's alive.
Clara is alive in this picture.
Oh, in the picture, yeah. Oh, yeah, this was before she got married.
Yep. And then we have a picture I have under there, Iva's Love.
Well, however, over there you have another saying that's Uncle Leslie's school.
You think that's Uncle Leslie's school, not Iva's?
What is this? I don't know what this is.
That's the bridge over the, that's Yaquina Bay Bridge.
The what bridge?
Yaquina, Y-A-Q.
Yeah. Oh, there. Yaquina. It's called Yaquina.
Okay, I have no idea.
Yaquina.
Okay, answer the question. Is that Iva's school or is that Leslie's school?
I don't know, honey. Most of the things you got written here were written on the back.
Okay.
So that's tell them what the school was.
Do you think that this, I said Iva's Love with the horses, are any of those her boyfriends?
Oh, she loved horses, I guess, was that what you mean, what they meant. I don't know why you said it was Iva's Love.
It says
But
J.P. Benton, horseshoer, and blacksmith.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean that. The love in this picture would have been the horse.
Okay.
She might have loved horses.
Okay. And I sure want to try to find that picture of the Brownsville
Well, there it is.
Hotel.
Right? Hotel Brownsville.
I want to find the big picture.
And it, well, did we have a big picture, do you think?
I think so.
Oh. We had a lot of pictures that just disappeared.
Nope, they aren't disappeared much longer.
There, Iva's home is not
I know.
anything to do with that. Grandma and Grandpa ran the hotel.
But
I
Iva
sold it to buy a ranch.
But Iva lived there, and
I
Iva saved the chairs, the 2 chairs from the lobby.
I don't know if she did or not.
She was the one that insisted that the 2 chairs be brought with
there.
Grandma.
Huh? This one wouldn't fit the other way, so we have to
Right.
do it this way.
It's the big picture. It's the colored picture.
So what do you want? Oh, Mother probably colored it.
No, the photography studio
Oh, the
does that.
photographer did. You got the wrong color, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
photography studio does that.
Do you want me to
No,
point them out?
we
or is
we
it-
know a lot about that. We need to hurry because we've got some important pictures to look at today.
Okay.
That's, it says Iva and Friends.
Well, I don't see Iva.
That's
Oh, yeah,
not-
that's Mother. That's Mother. But the little kid standing in front of her.
Yeah,
She's standing in front of her mama.
And there's the famous picture of Iva, Clara, and Mary Frances.
And Clara. That's Clara.
Yep.
Yeah, Clara Cordelia.
And somehow I got a picture of Clara Cordelia Crawford Brown. And there's some pictures of you and Mom, your mom, and look at this. This is a great picture. This is Uncle Jeff and Mary Frances Young Crawford.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, is this Uncle Jeff or is this her husband?
Huh?
Is that Uncle Jeff? Or is that your grandpa?
Who's
Who is this?
I know, but didn't they say on the back of the where? It kind of looks like Uncle Jeff.
It says Uncle Jeff and Mother,
Okay.
brother and
Mother,
sister.
that's my mother wrote, so that's my grandma. Uncle Jeff and my grandma.
Yep.
Okay. And here's my mother and Aunt Isa over here.
Oh, of course.
And there's me and
Yes.
James Hoos.
Yes.
And there's Daddy.
Yep. And then here are the Smith children.
Yes, when they were babies, mother and youngsters.
I just cannot imagine those pictures being that old of Uncle Clyde and Uncle Buster. I didn't realize that Uncle Clyde and Uncle Buster were that old.
Oh,
They'd
yeah.
have such a picture.
Oh, yeah. Well, Clyde must have been about 18 when Mother and Daddy got married,
Mm-hmm.
and Buster was about 20.
Yep. And there's Clyde.
Right? There's Clyde and his kids.
And I
There's
think.
Ivor Ray.
Yeah.
Wasn't she cute? Looking?
Yeah, she was cute.
And that's Jean and that's Richard.
And I think this is Clyde.
I don't know. I ought to recognize it if it was Clyde. That looks like me, doesn't it? I need a
Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass.
Here's one. Used to have one with a light.
I can't tell.
Is that good enough? Well, here's a big one. Here's a big one.
I think this is Clyde and his family with us two, except for his daddy. Daddy would be in there with us.
Maybe Daddy was taking the picture?
I don't know. He might have. Oh, well, this is Jean. Jean, I guess it is his wife.
Jean and Betty?
Yeah. I'm sure that would be then. Probably the wife. I don't know.
So that, and then this little baby's Ivor Ray. I bet you.
I betcha too.
You think that's Lorraine Smith? We'll have to ask Ivor Ray.
So Jean was Clyde's son, you know.
Yep. So he's right here. Boy, that sure looks like that's the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same person. Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so then here we have the Crawfords. Excuse me,
Oh, well,
Isa,
that's Eliza and
and Julia and Jack. Now this is interesting. Oh, this is the Smiths again.
oh,
It says Uncle Doc.
yeah, that's Uncle Doc and his two boys. That was before, taken before the little girl was born, little Dorothy was born.
Wow.
Well, in fact, he was married twice. This is from his first wife, and then he had a boy that was just a little bit more older than Dorothy, by Dorothy's mother. So she had another boy and Dorothy with the second wife. Was that my friend?
Your friend,
I
yes.
didn't even know the first way.
And look at that, that's Machias, Maine. It's an old postcard.
Well, I don't know why we have it, but that was where the Smith family came from originally.
Yep.
From Machias, Maine.
Yeah, Iva Ray's gonna be excited to see this. Look at this.
I guess it must be Manila.
I think so. It says Etta.
It says Manila, yeah. Yeah. She was the one with the hair.
Yeah.
His mother's baby sister.
Yeah, and then this is Aunt Minetta and Aunt Minetta. Is that the same person?
I guess that's Manila. She
And
had
that's-
hair cut clear. I saw it clear down to her ankles. And it was pretty hair. It was auburn hair. It was sort of reddish tints, brown with red tints. And she kept it. Well, maybe she kept it curled, but she braided it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think she had one long braid down her back.
She had two,
Two.
and she
Okay.
wrapped it around her head.
Oh, and then here we have Clara Brown's children. Is that right? It says Kenneth, Mary, and Mom says no.
Whose
Last time-
children is that?
Well, I'm wrong.
That's Aunt Manetta where she used to work.
Oh, Aunt Minetta worked there, huh?
Yeah, there she is right there.
Okay.
But I don't think she was working when this picture was taken. She came visiting that day.
Yeah, Aunt Minetta worked hard in the laundry or preparing meals for the thrashing machine. That's what they're doing there.
Yeah, there it is.
And then there's the parrot.
I told you that thrashing machine comes around. That's when they build up the tent and everything.
Yep.
I don't know who builds a tent, but they did. They always had a tent with a thrashing machine.
Yep. And then what is that? Can you see that? That's the parrot. Remember the parrot?
That Manetta's parrot. Of course I remember that darn parrot.
Yeah.
They live forever, they say. I
Yeah.
don't know whatever happened to the it was a nice parrot.
Yep.
An talkative parrot. I guess you had put these in.
Yes, because I've talked to you about these many times. And this one, it says Clara Brown's children, probably Kenneth, Mary, and Jack. But now you say no.
That would be, well, there's two girls, honey.
I know.
So that'd be Mary and Valeria, and that would probably be Jack already.
Okay, so that'd be Jack, Mary, and Valeria.
They were the three youngest.
Because you got to remember that they dress boys in dresses too. But that would be Valeria. Was Valeria blonde like that?
Well, what does it say about it?
Well, this is in your handwriting. It says Clara Brown's children, probably Kenneth, Mary, and Jack. Because
Couldn't be Jack. Oh, it could be Jack.
they
Oh,
dressed boys in dresses, Mom.
yeah. Okay, that might be that who they are. I don't know. Mama would know. Mama
And
would
here's
know.
Jack Brown, the minister in
Oh,
the
yes.
Appalachians.
Is that his first child, probably?
Yeah.
He had about 2 or 3 children himself. Then he didn't.
Boy, that sure was
had
good.
a orphanage for the rest of them. Now I don't know this one. I see this picture a lot, but who is it?
That's Valeria.
Oh, that's Valeria.
Well, it said it could be Valeria.
Huh?
Could be Valeria.
Could be my mama, and could be anybody, I
No, I
guess.
don't think it's your mama. Could be Valeria, her sister that died young. See, it says here, Valeria, and this is not your handwriting. This is Iva's handwriting. Valeria Edna Crawford as a baby. Mother said I looked very much like this picture as a baby. That's what Iva said. That's your mom. That's your grandma. That's your mom's handwriting.
I don't know about that. Is that Valeria Edna Crawford?
That would be her sister. Iva's sister.
The one that, no? She never had a sister named Valeria. Mary had a sister named Valeria. But this is an older picture. Valeria and...
That's the one that died young.
It must
It was
be.
the first child.
Yeah, it must be the one I got on my picture on my wall. That's the one I got on the wall, is the one that died young.
Mm-hmm.
However, she, and so that's why I don't think it was Valeria Edna.
Yeah, Edna doesn't sound right to me either. We'll look it up later.
Oh, it isn't Crawford either. It would be Valeria Edna Brown if it was Valeria Brown. It's got to be the one that died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why everybody loved the baby so much. She got some kind of a disease and died young.
So, who do you think those people are?
I don't know. Did they say?
Independence, Oregon.
Might be. No, I don't know. That's mother's age, I think. So that might be Uncle Leslie and Mama. I don't know.
Minetta, it could be Minetta and Leslie. Could that be Minetta?
Well, Manetta was the baby.
Okay.
But what do they say? Who wrote this?
I did. And then you
Nothing
wrote
on the
this.
back. Nothing on the back, huh?
Don't know yet. It says Minetta and Leslie Crawford.
Ooh,
Minetta and Leslie Crawford.
Manessa.
Minetta.
Oh, Manetta and Leslie. Okay, that sounds right to me.
Okay.
Manetta and Leslie.
So that's when they lived up in
Yeah,
Oregon.
this is Valeria. You're talking about that picture there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's your handwriting, because this is.
Well, that's the one I'm saying now too, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
I thought it was probably Manetta and Leslie.
Yep. And then this is lots of Leslie. We're gonna have to. We got lots to do.
Okay, there's Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie loved to have his picture taken. And I guess he was in the World War I, huh?
I don't know. I don't know his anymore.
Doesn't that look like they have uniforms on?
Well, you know, they have a group of people that have uniforms. Oh, who wrote that, I wonder?
Leslie did.
No, every mother would say it. So that must be Uncle Leslie right there.
That's what I think.
But they have, you know, like groups of, like military kids that don't go to war, they usually,
Vesta Fern and Vera Crawford. They must have some things written on the back. And this is Ralph W. and his wife Pearl.
I don't know what this is.
Married Norris, Miss Norris.
No, she married this William Barbie.
Oh. Maiden, oh, Vesta Crawford, and Vera Crawford. Okay. Son Bill.
Ralph William Crawford. Pearl. Ralph. Now that was on the back there, I guess, right?
Right.
I can remember Pearl.
I think Ralph is, I think Uncle Will Crawford and Aunt Lulu.
No, they're oh, Uncle Will Crawford and Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that Ralph's another of the brothers, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And
And this is in the Mel's pictures.
oh, what's that? What's she?
See, this would be Pearl here.
See, this guy just doesn't look familiar to me at all. Maybe he was dead.
That doesn't look like Uncle Will?
Huh.
That doesn't look like Uncle Will, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's what I will. But I mean,
That would be
the
Ralph.
one that said Ralph.
That's Ralph. This is Mel's ancestor.
Oh, is she from descended from Ralph?
Yeah.
I thought she was from Uncle Will.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Well, I know I used to love Pearl as a little kid.
Do you think that's Pearl?
I guess so, says so. But this is Aunt Maggie.
Pearl. Okay, this is written on the back. Ralph W. Crawford and wife. Post office address, Arosa, California. Arosa. So anyway, so we know that this is Ralph and his wife.
Yes.
Maybe Ralph didn't marry Pearl. Maybe I assumed he married Pearl.
Uncle Will and Aunt Lulu. That's what I'm trying to think of. Lulu, Aunt Lulu, that's true. Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Lulu, Uncle Wife and Aunt Lulu. And that's Ralph and Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who's, her ancestor there.
I think so. I'm all
I don't
confused.
know Uncle Will and,
I think it comes from Uncle Will too. But Ralph isn't Uncle Will's son?
yeah, they all lived up in the north, right? And I never got to know them too well. They come down a lot. When I was a kid, I wasn't paying attention to the grown-ups. I was playing around with the kids came down too. I had kids coming down with them all the time too.
Yep, that was the important part. Kids. Kids to play with.
But that's your Aunt Lulu. I can't remember her name though, darn
Oh
it.
boy.
Uncle Will and Aunt Lulu, but I see it there.
That's why we got pictures. I'm going to have a wonderful, wonderful photo album. Someday we're going to get all this stuff printed up and in a pretty photo album. Now that we found all the pictures.
More pictures.